Astro. Alright, hello stream, welcome to VRML Season 2, Week 3. So I am Palidore, as you may or may not know. Yo, says the Twitch chat, Aiden VR and YOLO with the yo-yos, saying go Astro. Alright, well, go indeed they shall. We have Astro here, we have Meta here. About ready to start up this match. We have some back-to-back matches on this stream. That said, right after this one's over, we're actually going to switch on over to So Much for Subtlety on the cams. I'm going to remain on this channel. And we'll be following up the match with Creamy Milk and Zero. But for the moment, it's just tis I, Palidore, on the cams and the casting end of things. And you guys are the Twitch stream. If you didn't know that. But now you do. So, glad to have you all here. See, White Knight and Lurk, Snipe Time. The laws are the best. Key Tops, I think, yeah. Key Tops from the Treetops. Yellow Man as well, and Aiden again. Schlart, and the Sitting Robot. And I think that might cover it. As we go here to the first round. Start of this match. So, yeah, welcome everybody. Glad to have you. And indeed, ready to get this one going. So first launch, going to be heading over to the bottom ramp, taken by Jake for Meta. Going to lose it out here, though, to Creamy Sody. One of Dimwee's favorites, no doubt, if I recall correctly, from the clip I saw on Twitch the other day. Over here, Jake with the disc. Going to have some options, going for back and backboarding it over to Caden, who goes over to the dead center of the goal. It's Boss Plays. Nice passing play to open this one up for the Meta crew. That's always one of the questions there when we have these meta games. There's been a few of these streams we've done. It's always, you know, how meta are they going to play? Well, I think they're starting to definitely show that they can do exactly that, and they can be as meta as they want to be. Right here, though, trying to get the pass right through into the opposite end. Going to the upper pocket will float eventually to the hands of the Boss Plays, but some good stuns here coming out from the... Ooh, long shot. Hold on a second. So instead, Mutant will get that one. Luckily, they didn't pay for that. It would have been pretty bad for the mentality there to go down by 5 points already just a minute in. So luckily for them, denying that. That said, that bounce will be taken here by Reese and over to the tunnel clear as Caden searching for somebody to grab onto, but no one there. So instead, a few players getting back here over on Astro's side. Creamy Sody as well as Mutant Rex. I can see the space out. And these teams trying not to, well, space out when it comes to executing the game plan they have in mind. All right, so over to the orange side here again. Taken by Mutant Rex. We'll have the outreached arms there of Boss trying to contest it. Just the same over at midline. Some more outreached arms and stretching out for the grab here in the goal. Reese looking for a very hot clear. A lot of mustard on that one. Bouncing all around, but eventually getting here to Jake. Not for too long, because Lewis Rock just rocked him with that punch to the noggin. But at the moment, Astro still trying to log in their first goal. Will it happen? Yes, sir. Creamy Sody puts the fizzy drink right into the cup or something. But tied up here, just a couple minutes into the first round. Astro and Meta. Sir Dimwee talking about something Dimwee. Oh, the clip. Just of you saying Creamy Sody funny. I think. Uh-oh. Well, we saw this happen yesterday where one of the teams try and communicate a restart situation. But because these teams have muted each other, which kind of does remind me, I typically want to mute them for the streams anyway, but... actually, on the other hand, a little bit strange, because I do have open comms on. It's not as if...
Our players can't stun. He holds the trigger, it doesn't stun.
I'm confused. Because it looked like at least some of these players muted each other. But they're also in private comms. Either that or they're just not talking much, so... did he just say, let's tell Pally that? Okay, this has got to stop. No, just kidding. You and I, Dimwee, what are we going to do? I'm sorry, I mean...
Yeah,
Sim Derwee.
It was your side.
Murdimsey? McDurville. That's the one. All right, so anyway, restart it shall be. And you can hear there's just some issues there apparently with the controllers, perhaps the grips. I'm not quite sure. Either way, they're going to attempt to get it back going. Man, we're just going to sit here. So how's it going, chat? Chat with me. Stay with me. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of Pally's imagination. Okay, sitting robot. Hello. Yes, yo, pal. What's up? What's up, pal? I'm not your buddy, pal. I'm your best friend. So you know what I got on my plate right now that I haven't even been able to eat because I got a little bit crunched on the time as I usually do? Got some pancit here. Anyone fan of pancit? Filipino noodles? Yeah, no? I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation, that's all.
Our player's restarting our room if you can hear me. Our player's just restarting.
See,
It's gonna take like 2 minutes.
Klob or is it K-Lob? One of the two.
Okay.
With the take a cough emotes. No, I don't need to right now, but maybe a little bit later. See, Sweet Mom in there saying go meta. I almost thought it said go metal.
Alright, ours is back. Just tell us
Throw back to the 80s. Clob. Ah, gotcha. It's clobbering time. That kind of clob. At least I hope. But, you can see, I mean, that player had, for meta, joined back, I think, unless my eyes were deceiving me, then dropped again, so going to just continue to wait this one out for a little bit. Hopefully not too long in the delays. There we go. Got the fourth back. And let's see.
Yeah, because he crashed. He went to go restart.
But, yeah, that was the tech timeout there, suspended. I did forget to actually put the timeout timer, but we'll deal with that. Club saying, what's going on? Or what, him and Aiden, what's going on? Well, what's going on with me as a cast? What's going on with you guys is you're watching a cast, at least I think. Someone mentioned in there watching it in VR, I think. You know, it would be really cool. I mean, it's been brought up before, but having a spectator stream area in the Echo VR lobby itself. Kind of next to that arena, that miniature arena, not the half court, but the smaller one on that second level. You know, that empty room? Yeah, putting a spectator room in there or a competitive room, a league room where you have all the awards and posters and past winners, what have you. It's an idea that's thrown around a lot, but would love to see it someday. I know it was allegedly at some point in the past consideration. I'm not sure what happened to it, but maybe one day we'll get that. So the disc getting reset to the wrong place is another one of those common themes. Well, that's okay. It happens. At least until timeout button happens. That's my birthday wish. At some indiscriminate time in the next few weeks. My birthday wish, a timeout button would be grand. Then I can cast happy. Of course, I always cast happy. Don't worry. Arrow Knight saying, I know I want to have Pally's face in the lobby forever. Well, it's been a good while since my face has been in there. A solid, what, year and a half or something? It's been a fair bit. I think my face was in there long enough. Now that said... Okay, there you go. I was worried for a second. There's a disc spawn. I was about to cry. So up here on the nest will be the Joust advantage going meta's way. 2-2. Let's see. Grumpiest Broom stopping in. Or should I just say Grump Dash? Grump Dash, well, do you like that? Look at the dashing steal. Maybe not quite as much on the shot, but still maybe a rebound opportunity for the goal. Creamy Sody. Definitely clobbered him there on the defense. And able to get the goal. How about that? Yeah, see, John Spike saying watching in the lobby would be fantastic. Really would be. It would be super cool. Even just playing maybe, because I don't know how impractical or intensive that would be, perhaps on the servers or what have you, but I don't know. Even maybe just playing some of the the best matches of the season, just the VODs of the best matches of the season in the lobby, something like that. It'd be super cool just to have that. But nonetheless, Reese right here, he's going to dish it off to Jake. Jake trying to look for maybe a passing play, that alley-oop, not quite on. So Astro with the lead here by a couple points. It's going to be up to the boss to play it like a fiddle to tie it up here It's 4-4. Still a first round. Instant replay. Coming your way. I'm kind of disappointed. I saw no one respond to the whole pancit thing. Does no one eat Filipino food? Just me, huh? To be fair, I don't eat most Filipino food. A lot of it, but not all of it. You know, I have a very split taste bud. Bud? Just a single one. I have one taste bud. Up here, though, trying to taste victory on a rebound. Gonna be taken back by Caden. He's gonna go through the mid lane, or through the tunnel, I should say. Gotta be careful, though, because of all that interference being ran in the area. Now, a few players splitting off. They're gonna go up high for an attempted rebound. Duke. And, oh, not getting the shot. Little bit off, pretty close, though. It was a tough angle nonetheless. Rebound here going to be contested. Both players getting there just about at the same time. Creamy Soda just slightly quicker on that one as Duke trying to dish that over somewhere, but just finds the bounce over to the wall. Now, Creamy Soda will rebound. Same kind of thing, though. Not a lot of time to work with it. Has to get rid of it. And does, but only to the awaiting hands of the defender right outside that three-point edge. So, now just trying to find their edge here as they all get the boost and try for those leeches at the same time. We'll be taken right back with not much time to spare. And now resetting very wisely to reset the bow tie. Reese over to that corner post, but Creamy Sodi denying it. So Sodi playing that defense and looking for some offense now, going with Lewis Rock, trying to rock that rim, and it gets in for two. It's 6-4 here, favoring Astro. Now, the meanwhile, shout out to Whirlwind Winter, WWW, for the very clutch Twitch Prime, or rather Tier 1 subscription there. 3-month streak. Remember Whirlwind Winter from some of those hype trains towards the end of the season, back in May of Season 1. Definitely one of the hype leaders. Appreciate that very much, as always. Thank you. As we go here now, at the continuation of this first round, going to be lost here off that mid lane, taken just the same by that nice short-range boost. And a quick fling won't get the goal, but it will get them a rebound and still a numbers opportunity and a very nice dunk. What continuity off after the stun. It's tied up 6-6. Very, very fun match to start this one off, despite any hitches and delays. I mean, back and forth, neither team really pulling ahead. So gotta love it. And yeah, Dimwee answering the spectator-related questions there, so appreciate him for covering the Twitch chat end of things. Caden here, grabbing the disc. And just juggling it around. It's going to be maybe a 3-on-2, about to turn into a 2 for Caden, getting rid of it just in time. And Meta, just like that, are back ahead by a couple points. Really been the case. Back and forth. All the meanwhile, we have a raid here, VRML 2, raiding us from Channel 2, Swift and Nightfire, I do believe, streaming on that one for the last couple matches. Swift streaming all day long, casting, camming as well. I mean, doing a little bit of it all. As they get the rebound here, Mutant Rex. So 2 minutes left in this first round, trying for the clear. Will bounce right back to the outer edge of the tunnel. Jake looking for a deep one, but let's see if they get it. Off the backboard, tough shot. Kind of a no-look backboarded touch, but still getting a rebound. But look at that clutch save here from Mutant Rex. Definitely a mutant on the defensive end. But that said, now the goal left open, and as he fades away, oh, Mutant Rex almost got the save. I think that was a boss plays with the shot. At the very least, Mutant able to turn it into a 2, but just tough as he grabbed the disc, but he still floated right through the goal. So, oh, those ones always really hurt the goalie. Because you feel like, man, just a split second, a tenth of a second more. Maybe I could have gotten rid of that. But consolation in the fact that they at least denied the three-point shot with the grab, but still tough because with only a minute 22 remaining here and the score being what it is, needs to be some fast acting here from Astro. Get some of that improv going and just try and get themselves a couple more goals in a very, very quick succession. That said, Caden with a successful clear, almost getting the leash, got kind of caught up there on the anchor it looked like, so nonetheless, Duke will grab that disc, but right back is the boss. And now the boss gets stunned as well by Creamy Sodi. Creamy going for a clear left lane, going to bounce into the pocket. And these two teams are going to try and drop down in there and recover. It's Reese there first, 43 seconds left. And that perma-goalie at this point, not the worst idea in the world because, yeah, they're ahead by 4 solid points. They definitely don't want to give up any threes at this juncture. But at this point, with the clock just about expiring, 30 seconds left, it's looking like Meta in position to perhaps take this round indeed. So as it does bounce off and to the rebounded hands of Mutant Rex, and he just got wrecked by the internet connection, but Jake, off that deflection, finds one more goal, going up 12-6. We'll take it. He'll take it. Jake took it. That's exactly what he did. Nonetheless, round 1 is over, and Mutant Rex is out. At least he was out, hopefully for not too long. But we'll, yeah, go to the score screen here in a second, as I'm just remembering I forgot to maybe possibly have activated my score overlays. Whoops, I'm professional. We'll see here. We'll attempt it. I have my concerns. I promise it'll be back for round 2, don't worry. But otherwise, let's see. I'm optimistic. Okay, we're gonna go right now, and we're gonna cross our fingers. This is why I don't have faith in anything nice. Well, no stats for you, but unfortunately for, well, fortunately for you, I do have the stats on the actual in-game overlay. So it was 4 points for the boss plays, 2 for Caden, 2 for Jake, and 4 stuns for Reese, as well as some backline play. Over to the orange side, as one of them actually switches sides there. But, oh, I'm so thankful the players actually remembered that, because I did not. Because of the reset earlier on, they need to restart the times basically to 10 minutes. Otherwise, round 2 would have started at 7 minutes. So, very happy that they remembered that, honestly. They're more on top of it than I am, apparently. You'd think after all this time that would be an automatic thing that I remember. But, yeah, nonetheless, all right. So, teams are readying up here going into round 2 shortly. And by shortly, I mean right now. So, here we go. Reading a couple of comments there. Standing Robot said, gotta love the back and forth a little earlier on. Astro needs to spread out more, says Aiden. John Spike saying, like the article I wrote on V-Respawn. Well, thank you. Glad that you did. It's been a while, but glad that it's still, you know, something people can get something out of. Appreciate that. Swift there, tagging me with a heart. Right back at him. Doing a great job and great work today. Sweet Mom with a sweet comment. Thank you, Mom. Not my mom, but a mom, and you know, maybe my mom. I don't know. I don't actually know. Could be. But nonetheless, thank you. Sitting Robot saying you're the best. You're the best. And you know what the best commentator would do is actually focus on the match going on here. So I'm going to do just that, or at least try to, as Caden gets... Oh, my goodness gracious. Good golly gosh. It's a 3-point shot. 25 meters deep. It somehow got in. What even? Huh. Well, that happened, and that was slick. Getting it through the defense somehow, but furthermore, these angles from down... I mean, these are not the easiest shots to make from that bottom ramp. Not the easiest ones at all. Now, that was just a great hit, no doubt. As on the other side here, rolling out. Lewis Rock with that deep clear, trying to get it over to Creamy, but unable to do so. Lewis contesting Caden. Caden having it stolen, and right back, though, to Reese in the goal. Now, needing to find maybe some boost if they can, and doing just that. But Meta collecting that disc and finding a bit of a haphazard collection and slap. So we'll go right back to Astro eventually, as Lewis retains and sends it over to Soda. Could use some of that right now. It's hot in here. But Creamy Sodi with a disc. And the Nest pass cut off there pretty nicely by the boss, and Caden as well. That was some good defense being shown by Meta. Patient offense as well from Astro, and they're doing a very good job on Astro's side, getting the disc back at a lot of opportunities. But yeah, right now Meta trying to just deny that and hold on to the 3-point lead, maybe advance it if they can. That said, a clear will sort of go through, kind of, sort of, not really, but boss plays, will get it right back. Snagging it out of the hands. Now he has a boosted player nearby, trying to go for the stun, maybe a little bit bold. Now needs to get rid of it, but instead it's Duke getting a hold of it. So off to the other end will be taken back, and back again. As a deep fling goes into Mutant's hands. Now back to the mid line. There's a pair of players here for Meta. Reese retaining the disc, needs to get rid of that to the shoulder. Very good defense once more, this time from Astro's side, but kind of similar to what we saw from Meta. Definitely these two teams are quite evenly matched, I feel. And as anyone who watched the streams a little while ago, or last week, for instance, I mentioned it a few times. By the time we got into week 3, I was thinking and hoping that would be when we kind of started seeing the shift in matchups, you know, MMR being even and things like that. Because that was, hold on, that shot nearly going in. So rebounded here by Creamy and needs a hurry up, but actually a good stun. I did a little bit of a Porky Pig there with that stuttering, but good stun. And that's all, folks. Not really. We still have a lot of time to spare. 6 minutes, 38 seconds. But what was I saying now? Oh, yes. That was the case in Season 1 where the first... Oh, no, my Sodi. Where in Season 1, it took until about week 3 or so, and that's when you started seeing super even matchups. You know, the divisions and rankings kind of made more sense, and hoping to see a lot more of that here as well. It was kind of an unknown just because of the sheer amount of players we're dealing with these days now, on teams, 150 nearly. So I wasn't sure, but it looks like so far we're getting these great matches to begin this week 3. Love to see it. Now, off to the other end, a lot of stragglers just trying to find some grabs. Eventually they do. Collecting that one is Creamy, but into the goal is a couple players there for Meta. And Duke trying to stun them out. A good pass, but yet more good dive defense right on that outer edge of the bubble from Meta this time. This is what I'm saying. Both of these teams on the defensive end, once it gets brought into that bubble, these, generally speaking, these passes are pretty well covered. Of course, it was the single one in that whole sequence that was not that got the shot. But, you know, that's the trouble with defense. It's very hard to accomplish, and the thing with defensive stands is that it only takes one lapse. It only takes one missed assignment for the entire defense to kind of collapse. So that's why defense is just an incredibly difficult thing for people to learn, both on the individual and team level. You know, a lot of nuances there, and very, very reliant on your entire team kind of being that unbreakable chain in a sense. But nonetheless, still got to be impressed with the effort you're seeing here. Will be a turnover, maybe. Lewis Ruck trying to retain slowly, and the stack here for Meta unable to really get there quick enough. But as I say that, it will be a steal, in fact, coming in. That shot little off, but some players rolling to the bottom of the floor and covering the goal now as well. Will be a stray disc finding the bottom of the pocket, and all the meanwhile, Creamy Sodi trying to clear that through. Now gets over to Reese's hands, but back to Duke. And Duke, oh, he got the oop. 3 points, long shot, 34 meters in the pot, 7-3 for Astro. So having a little bit of a comeback around here, it does seem. See, Lowell's calling out the Astro defense being on fire. Both of these defenses really on fire, honestly. I mean, look at how many attempts it took for either team to finally make some headway. As the boss plays, goes for the dunking craze. A little bit of odd interactions, but nonetheless, it'll get them the goal. And, well, that's all that matters for the moment, I suppose. And X-Wing there saying, if there's a goalie, isn't there always going to be one player that isn't covered? Not necessarily. Not in every defensive scheme, because you see, you don't always have to have a goalie necessarily. If you have a rotation-based defense, where you're kind of playing positionally around the bubble, and then you rotate based on where the passes go, and then the last person covers goal, you can definitely cover a lot of ground. I mean, obviously, and then a lot of times, too, it depends on how offenses run. A lot of offense will run with that fourth player actually approaching the goalie inside the goal to run interference. So either body block or just to brawl and punch him out. So, you know, sometimes it does turn into a 4v4 or just kind of a zone defense where you can effectively cover 4 people with 3 different players. Really does depend. But yes. Anyway, Jake over here. My mistake. with the disc. Now Caden getting it. Caden looking for a cross on over to the nest, perhaps, or looking for that shoulder, I think, instead just taking a bounce off the nest. Meanwhile, bouncing all around for a potential pass. Right idea, but just a little bit too far out. That made it that pass was nice and diveable there from Astro. But that said, Meta will still retain this disc. Now looking for some soft passes up high, up to the side rather, and now going to the bottom of the floor. Will be taken over by Creamy Sodi. So Creamy now with the disc as Astro, his teammates all roll up the floor here on the orange side and into the blue. But there is the blue feeling a little bit blue because they just lost that disc momentarily. But Mutant Rex is there to grab the disc once more, and he's been pretty reliable on that end, hasn't he? So, Creamy Sodi taking it here, going for a potential bounce shot. I'm not sure if that was just a clear attempt or maybe a very ambitious ceiling bounce. Could have been either. I mean, it's definitely possible. We've seen it happen, but it's just, yeah. Nonetheless, over to the bottom ramp will be snagged here by the boss. Boss recognizing the mutant goalie here, so just kind of backing it out instead and trying to find a teammate. All the meanwhile, past 2 different orange hands, or should I say 4, because that's how math works. Now see if they can go for the goal, but it will be for naught, as they do lose a disc and probably a little distraught as it goes to the bottom ramp now, bouncing back up into, well, there's Mutant's hands, maybe, nope, he's not going to dive, so instead, well, they're going to come alive for a tie, and it's 1 minute 13 remaining. Meta, maybe making a comeback. We'll see. We'll see. Mr. Orange. Puns and rhymes, yes. I find that it gets more frequent, possibly to the detriment of the stream quality, the hotter I get. Because again, I'm in Arizona, my AC is off, so it doesn't interfere with the cast. It is boiling, and as the heat stroke sets in, so do the excessive amounts of dumb wordplay. But I won't be camming the next match, so I think maybe I'll be able to get away with turning the AC back on again. Sounds good. But right here, trying to turn up the heat because it's the second round. It's a tied-up game. Any goal here going to be devastation. They need to be very careful. Now look at that, Jake. Just biding his time. He was right there well before that clear went out. Just predicting that, hey, if that disc gets retrieved by Astro, the most likely lane for a clear would have been here. And he was very correct. Now a good dive there. A bit of bumbling around and fumbling around as the disc does go back to the side on the wedge. The boss plays, though, grabbing that disc and, cannot find a pass. So, guess what, folks? It's an OT in round 2. Gotta love it. All right, so here we go. Meta, again, taking that first round. It was 12-6. And so for Astro here on orange, they need to win. Suffice to say, they want to see that round 3. But Meta going to try and deny that. Let's see who wins this joust. Always going to be an important thing. Coming in with some speed. Oh my goodness, and the shot! The OT taken here by Meta. And the winners, the boss plays, raising his hand. And that did amaze. You, sir, get the game disc. Take a bow. Yes, sir. Turn off the overlay for you, at least most of it. Holy smokes! Well, if that wasn't unusual, and what a way to end a match! Oh my gosh! All right, well, I don't remember what the score was. Let me see. Someone inform me. I got too hype. I didn't even track my score. We got to get out of here because we got another match starting in a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, 10-7. That sounds right. You gotta love how that works out, right? Just see who wins this first joust. It's always dangerous. Well, that was about the most dangerous thing I've ever seen. Ridiculous. Headbutt, launch, goal. Anyway. All right, so as I continue to attempt to stall here and get these scores inputted because my multitasking ability is only so much. There we go. Got it. Round 2. Partial stats, however, I believe, only from the second round because I was kind of derpy and forgot to get the first round stats in time. So, enjoy it. We're about ready to start off on this next stream, however. So, yeah, join us. I would love to talk about this match, and believe me, I really would, because that was hot. but we gotta go. We got the next match starting here in a minute. It's going to be Creamy Milk and Zero, casted by So Much for Subtlety on cams, and then casted by me and Skinny. So, yeah, with that said, I'll be right back. We're gonna end the stream, but don't go away. It's gonna be right here. Okay? Cool. All right. Stay tuned.